Hey family, welcome to the Sober Psychic. My name is Shelly and I'm grateful to be an alcoholic and an addict. So, I've been noticing and hearing about this thing that happens when somebody gets sober. So I had to write it down so I don't forget, and I will expound on it hopefully. So here we go. Do you have people in your life who wanted you sober? And now that you are sober and or clean, they still treat you like crap. The truth is, they thought you would remain the same person in sobriety that you were in active use. Now they're mad, but for a different reason. Because, first off, they never understood you as an alcoholic. They never bothered to do the research, to look it up. And honestly, unless you're an alcoholic or an addict, you really don't. I'm sorry, you cannot relate. Unless you're addicted to something, you cannot relate to an alcoholic or an addict on the alcoholic addict level. Okay? But they never bothered to ask you what you were feeling. And they never bothered to ask you why you chose drinks, the drink or the drugs, to deal with your problems or to deal with your life in general. So, and this is a thing. They're angry because you're not the same person. You've changed and they have not. Plain and simple. Again, they thought you were going to be the same person in sobriety as you were in active use. And also, they cannot control you emotionally anymore. They controlled you with their anger. They controlled you with the snooty looking down their noses at you. And they're still doing it. And this isn't everyone in your life. But if you have someone in your life that is still looking down their nose at you, then we're going to have to throw out a couple of solutions to deal with that, because you can't keep dealing with it. Their idea of an alcoholic is the homeless guy underneath the bridge wearing a dirty trench coat with filthy hands, torn shoes, and a paper sack with alcohol in it. So, again, they don't understand you as an alcoholic or an addict because they're not one. And it doesn't make them bad people. But just because you did things in your life when you were in active use, in active addiction, you don't owe anybody anything. When you make an amends to somebody, it's not for that person, that's for you. To humble you. Because you have to stay humble to stay sober. So there are solutions to this. If you have the emotional girth to continue dealing with these people and pay them zero mind, good for you. I'm not one of those people. Because after a while, you're on my last nerve. I told my ex-partner that when I got sober, I was going to tolerate 90% less, I speak English, 90% less of his crap than I did when I was drinking. And the relationship ended. I ended it because he treated me even worse than when I was drinking. He was angry because I was sober. And I stayed sober. And he thought I was going to fall. And for some of you, you're going to have people around you who do not have your best interest at heart. You can't be the crap target anymore because you're not drinking and drugging or drugging anymore. You're not the go-to for the scapegoat. You're not the black sheep anymore. You're not the person that they can gaslight, okay? You're not that person anymore. So yeah, they're pissed off because they have to put their energy into finding someone else to pick on. A lot of these people who are still giving you guff are bullies. Get rid of them. You don't have to deal with them. You can walk away. Doesn't matter who it is, family, friend, neighbor, community group, walk away. Do something for you. something that's good for you, and your emotional health is directly tied to your sobriety. Directly. I don't know the statistics, but I know there's an extremely large percentage of alcoholics and addicts who have mental health issues, who have trauma. So your mental health is directly related to your sobriety. So there is a way to take care of this problem. And again, if you can deal with a person that's like that, if you feel like you can't get out of that situation, or it's your partner and you really love them and you really care about them and you could be forgiving all the time, good for you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I have had to walk away from several people in the past couple of years, because once you start setting boundaries, the shit's going to hit the fan. Every single time. Because when you were using, you didn't set any boundaries for yourself or anybody else, because you just weren't able to. And now that you're able to, people are angry. And again, everyone doesn't have your best interest at heart. They want you to fail. Now, I'm one of those people. You want me to fail? Well, screw you, I'll show you. That's how my mind works. Whatever motivates people. Don't make other people the reason to get sober. Don't make other people or places or things or situations the reasons why you get sober. But a little bit of reinforcement is never a bad thing. Another reason to keep yourself together. And for me, it's I'll show you. And when I was drinking, it was I'll show you. I'll hurt me to hurt you. And I didn't hurt I hurt my kids. I hurt my kids. But other than that, I didn't hurt anybody but myself. So, I hope you're doing well. It's a rough time for humanity right now. Remember, this channel is the Sober Psychic, so every now and then we will talk about some woo-woo stuff. And if you don't believe in that stuff, that's fine. Just scroll on by. Okay? Again, I hope you're having a fabulous day, morning, evening. And if you came upon this video, it's because you were supposed to see this video. If you want to tell me how you're doing, send me an email. My email will be, it'll be either in the bio or in the description box, depending on what platform you're watching this on. Okay? You have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day or evening. Much love and many blessings.